In Excel, there are three different functions to join text: concatenate, concat, and TEXTJOIN. But which one should be used? And what are the limitations of each? In this video, I will walk you step by step from the old concatenate function to the modern and powerful TEXTJOIN function using a practical real-life example. Let's get started. So here you can see that I am using a data in which I have the first name, last name, and the city name of the employee's data. So when we talk about joining the text in Microsoft Excel, the concatenate and concat functions both join text strings, but their status and uses differ. Concatenate function is an old function of the Microsoft Excel, but it is still available for compatibility with the older Excel versions from the 2007 to Excel 365. But Microsoft Excel do not recommend this formula for use. Instead, it recommends to use the concat function. So first, let's apply this concatenate function. So here in this cell, I will write equal concatenate. So you can see that with concatenate, there is a yellow symbol which represents that the Microsoft Excel do not recommend this function, but we will still use this one. Next, in the syntax, we can see that we need to provide the text1 and text2. So first I need to provide the first name. So I'll select this cell. Then I'll provide comma. Now because I want to place a space between the first and the last name, so in inverted comma, I will write a space. Then I will write comma. And as a text3, I will select the last name. After this, again I will put comma. And now if I need to put a slash between the name and the city, then in inverted commas, I have to write a dash. Then again I will put comma. And next I will select the name of the city. Then I will close the parentheses and hit enter. Now the limitation of this function is that it cannot directly handle a range. For example, if I write equal and then write concatenate, and then I'll select this range, I'll close the parentheses and hit enter. So you see the text is not joined with this function. Next we have the concat function. Now concat function is the new replacement for the concatenate, and it was introduced in Excel 2016 and available in Excel 2019, 2021 and Excel 365 and Excel Online. The benefit of using this concat function is that it can handle the range directly. So if we write equal concat and then select the range, close the parentheses and hit enter. So you see we have joined the text using this concat function in the range. But the limitation of this function is that we cannot add any delimiter between the two texts. So if we need to put a delimiter, then we need to move on to the TEXTJOIN function of the Microsoft Excel. So here if I apply this function of TEXTJOIN, I need to write equal TEXTJOIN, and next first I need to provide the delimiter. So for example, if I want to put a space between the first name and the last name, then in inverted commas I'll write the delimiter, that is space. And next if I write true, it means that I want to ignore the empty cell, and if I write false, it would mean that I don't want to ignore the empty cell. So I write true over here. After that, I need to provide the text that I want to join. So I'll select this text of the first and the last name, close the parentheses and hit enter. Now if I also want to join the city name, then in the formula bar, I'll write an ampersand sign, and then in inverted commas, I will write a slash, again ampersand sign, and then I'll select the city name. After this, I will simply hit enter. Now if I want to apply this formula to the rest of the data, I'll bring my cursor to the bottom right corner and double click it. Now you have seen the difference between concatenate, concat, and text join and how each function works in real-world data. If you want cleaner, more dynamic results, TextJoin is clearly the most powerful option. If this video helped you, like the video and subscribe to KnowHow for more practical Excel tutorial. Comment below which function you uses most. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.